say anything about this outside of this meeting.
Well, they want to pay for it, and
But this is a
they pay for it.
Yep. It's
So
okay
it's
for us
okay
to,
for you to present it.
it's okay for us to talk about it within our
45 grand, and
organization,
they're like,
as long as we
no.
don't talk about it outside of the
So
organization.
So
his first
Facebook
thing
Live
he
is no
did
problem.
when he
I
got
said it was, and I asked Stephanie if we could be private. I tried to say we should be, because I think this is a wonderful one.
was that?
But
It was kind of a height when things were insane.
do you think that would be showing up?
But he has,
Andrew, Jeremy, should we have a scan?
oh, cool.
This is finance. That's okay. It's only going to be a few minutes.
I'm very good at handling things like that. I'll be worried about that.
Wait, no, still your seat.
So do you have to speak in code?
Peter, should we go on Facebook Live to do this?
Good luck.
This is a proposal that
Yeah, all right. So,
Call to order the Westbrook School Department Finance Committee meeting Monday, June 13th. We have a very quick agenda. We only have 2 items that we want to discuss, need to discuss. The first is the MOU with the Sebago School Department. This is the Memorandum of Understanding for the School Bus Repair Maintenance Services between the Westbrook School Department and the Sebago School Department.
So, yes, so this would be a memorandum for next school year. We just wanted to speak with the Finance Committee about that before we move ahead with it. This has been a great money-making opportunity, actually, for our school department, in that we are able to provide service for the Sebago schools' buses. We are able to do that service at our yard with our staff for a fee, which has been terrific. Maybe Mrs. Foy, when she comes down the stairs, if you want to talk a little bit about the MOU.
I'm sorry, I sent her to do something else,
sorry.
and we're good. Sorry.
It's been a really successful partnership. Sebago's very pleased. Our transportation staff and our mechanics are able to manage that, so it's been a great opportunity.
It's on, but
There it is. It just went on. It's on now.
it's been a great opportunity for both Sebago and for us. So we do their buses for them. We take care of them. We maintain them. We do state inspections for them. So it works out well. It doesn't impact us at all. They know that what happens, they know what happens with me is our buses take precedent. So if anything happens with one of our buses, that gets dealt with first. But it's been a very good partnership.
Does anybody have questions about that, the memorandum of understanding with we've had that for a few years, so it's a good opportunity. So we'll bring this forward to the school committee later tonight.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, Ms. Ellsbury, it doesn't have to go to school committee
Just let
because
us know.
it just kind of is an informational piece about the
Fantastic.
memorandum, and that it's a great program. We want to showcase that. So thank you to our mechanic staff and our transportation department for making it very doable, and it's very successful.
All right, awesome. The other item, we have a super secret science grant that we're going to be super duper vague about. because we don't want to lose eligibility in said grant.
Correct.
So we're not going to, and we're not trying to be non-transparent, we're just trying to be careful of the grant.
Yes.
We've been provided with some information to help us understand that, and so we'll welcome you to tell us whatever information it is that you can share.
Sure. I'm Wendy Harvey. I'm one of the co-principals at Westbrook High School, and our Compass program, which is our alternative ed program, applied for a super secret grant from a company that will go unnamed, and we are most likely the recipients of said grant, and we knew that you need to approve anything over $6,000, and that the deadline for accepting this grant will be at the end of this month or the beginning of next, and you will be out for the summer. So I have Mariah Kraus here, who is one of the people who helped to write the grant and helped to get it, and she can lead you through the packet that you have in front of you. So Mariah Kraus.
Can I speak openly about the grant, or just refer?
So this is a public meeting.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Yep, got it.
This is a Facebook Live public meeting, so whatever you're not supposed to say,
Don't say it, got
Don't
it.
say.
So I will possibly refer to information that you guys have in front of you.
okay,
Yes.
great.
Without,
And if you can move the microphone up so we can hear you a little bit better. Thank
yep,
you.
sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so the first page goes over the confidentiality clause, and I just pulled a couple of things that were sort of specific, and it includes social media posts, even if those social media posts are limited to specific people, and largely their concern with it was that the people who have not won the grant haven't found out yet, and so they didn't want it to sort of get around. So anyways, the announcement that they will be making is, as Wendy said, the end of June, beginning of July. So if you guys agree and accept it, then we have it, it's ours. Okay, so you have a page that's called the grant, and it kind of gives you a little bit more information. I also included the link if you're curious for even more information on past projects that they've done. You are welcome to take a look at that. It gives the amount of the grant and sort of the prestige of the grant. Over the next 5 years, we're one of 100 groups that will be chosen, so it's kind of a big deal. And then I'm looking at the part now that just talks about the need. So the need for this is has been exacerbated by COVID. Our program is very hands-on. We like to get out in the community as much as we can. Our kids have some very unique needs as well, including food instability and a lack of knowledge around nutrition and things like that. So field trips have not been an option for us for obvious reasons for the past year, possibly more than that. And so this is actually an opportunity for us to, if we have that moving forward, if we have sort of barriers for field trips, we actually can do a little bit more around this and potentially pull people in from the community. Instead of going to them, they can come to us, and we can use this as an outdoor classroom space. So there are like tons and tons of things that we can do with this list of things that we'd be able to provide the kids, like job skills, teach nutrition, responsibilities and engagement. We have been having some issues with attendance, so I think if each kid has plants that they're responsible for, it's going to sort of encourage them to be there because their plants will suffer if they are not present. So, and it also gives them a tangible product. So if their plants do well, we have vegetables and greens and things that we can harvest at the end and really celebrate with those. And it's also real-world problem solving. Like this, I'm basing this model around the high school that I went to. They have a very successful sustainability curriculum that they've included. It's cross-curricular. It's this beautiful model that they've built since 2003. And so we're kind of in phase one of this situation of like seeing how this could work at Westbrook and if it could fill some of our needs. But one of those big things that I had spoken with my old biology teacher actually is the like real-world problem solving. If we have very specific issues with aphids or something like that, the kids have to decide what they want to do. Do we want to spray? Do we want to spray organically? Do we want to bring in ladybugs? Like what types of things they have to do a little bit of research, and then they have to decide and make their own decisions and sort of see if those things are working, and if they're not, make changes really quickly. So it really caters nicely to our kids and their needs and their learning styles. So the plan right now is to use that model that I had spoken of and put the first phase, which is this greenhouse, on the campus. It would include site development, which we have a quote from someone, but he also said he thinks we can do a little bit better, so we're fielding some other bids from other people to see if we can get that cost down. And then we have the greenhouse construction, and I'll get into the sort of design of that a little bit more, or maybe I'll just reference it and you guys can take a look at what it is. And then we'd be able to start planting next spring. And the big piece is that this grant would cover all of those costs. So there's no, like, we're lucky that it's a big enough grant that we don't have to ask for anything on top of that, which is, sure, do you guys have questions yet? We're rolling, okay. So basically the reach as of right now, so our sort of like phase one would be we'd really be focusing on our Compass students and getting as much out of this for them as they can. So we have 30 Compass students, and then their families would be able to benefit from anything that we harvested. You know, kids who have families who have food insecurities and things like that, they are oftentimes reluctant to take like charity, but I think if they have like grown it with their own hands, it feels like theirs, and I think they would be less reluctant. They'd be more willing to like, yeah, that's mine, and I'm taking it home. So we'd really be focusing on our Compass students right off the bat. I know we've spoken with Sustainability Club in terms of getting them in there to use this. And then I know there's a class, I spoke with Steph McDonald, and she has a biology class next year, which is all kids who failed biology the first time they took it. And she was saying she really wants to approach the curriculum a little bit differently, as opposed to, you know, repeating the same curriculum that they have already struggled with. That she was like really trying to make it more hands-on, and she absolutely jumped at this. So those would kind of be the first three groups that we would invite into this. And as word started to get around school, I was approached by a lot of other people with tons and tons of interest. So our hope is to sort of see where the first year takes us, and then see how many other people we can get in. So the reach could really expand to be gardening club. There was interest in starting a gardening club, biology classes like across the board, AP bio classes. Steph McDonald also teaches AP Chem, and we were looking at like water quality and like, you know, what the different sprays are and things like that. And then physics, one of the things Montpelier did was they included solar panels at a certain point, and that's how they got electricity to their greenhouse, which is a really cool model. So our hope is to keep this completely self-sustaining so that we would never have to like, you know, apply for more grants to like continue this. But the physics class was responsible for actually calculating. They did a feasibility study, and they were the ones who installed the panels and things like that. And I think Adam Wolf was very excited about that possibility as well. Voc is a possibility with, I know that Montpelier does like their own hot sauce, and they sell it at like farmers markets and things like that. It's called Solon sauce, it's really good. And their economics program was sort of responsible for figuring out how much they should make, and then what they should price them at, and where they should sell them. So it was like tons of real world, like here's this product from our school, and we've already floated some names, so we've got a good base going on that. So we would love to include Voc, and then, you know, I know we have the culinary program, which is amazing, and so we were hoping to like kind of get some of our food in that, and then potentially even the cafeteria. So there's lots of different options, and the FLS and RLP have already reached out. So essentially it's, we have a lot more interest than what we can field in our first year, but we're hoping to build up to that. So the reach could be enormous throughout the school, depending on where this goes. And then you have a page that talks a little bit more about the design, and that is actually a photograph of the exact model. It's just a smaller greenhouse than what we were looking for. So what you're looking at is a 12 by 24, and what we've been discussing is a 12 by 32, which would give us space at one end for sort of an indoor classroom, and then like a growing area as well. It also opens up possibilities for Compass summer work. So right now we don't offer our Compass students summer school possibilities, but obviously with the pandemic, a lot of kids are credit deficient. And this actually, you know, we know that like the pandemic hit kids with like lower socioeconomic statuses a lot harder. And so this actually gives us an opportunity to sort of address those issues of inequality within our system, which equality is a big push in the school system right now. So this could be a way for us to sort of cover those gaps as well. So as I said, we're looking at it as an outdoor science classroom with a seating area where we might run like seminars where they're reading books in small groups and things like that. we might be able to even sell the products. And then the community outreach potential is huge as well. So as I said, there's tons of opportunities to expand, and those would be future grants that we would apply for. I'm hoping at some point to get solar panels out there, as long as it seems like it's feasible. So that would be another grant that we would apply for to get those in. Possibly hoop houses, so we could grow tomatoes and peppers and things like that. So we could get to like a larger farmers market type distribution. And then potentially even have a community garden. So one of the things that we were hoping to do is be able to help not just the students, but also the people who sort of are in the community and are food insecure as well. And a community garden is basically the kids run it, they grow the food, and then people can come by and pick it as they need it. So it sort of helps lots of different people. And then the community partnerships that we've looked at, we know Vertical Gardens is coming to Westbrook, and we thought that would be a really amazing connection for the kids to be working on these job skills and connecting with people who are actively using those as well. And then Skillens and Broadway Gardens greenhouses have also donated to Westbrook High School in the past. So I know the year that we ran the end of the year seminars, I did a gardening one, and they donated every single thing that we needed, Skillens did. So they've been really supportive of us in the past, and I'm hoping to continue that partnership as well. And then Garbage to Garden for compost. Montpelier has the same setup where they have a deal basically with their compost, their local compost, where they give them tons and tons of the plants at the end of the season and things like that, and they get a massive discount on the compost that gets brought in. And then obviously food pantry. We've been at the community center all year, and we have so far an amazing, we call him our food angel, an amazing relationship with the guy who runs the food pantry, and he showed interest in potentially linking up with us to get some good, healthy ingredients in there. So basically, hopefully what you're taking from this is that the opportunities are limitless. There's nothing we can't do for our students with this, and I'm really excited about it. Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, I wanted to kind of lay out what the finance committee and then the school committee's roles are. So we have to, basically the first part is to vote to approve receiving the funds. That's the school committee part of it. And first let me just say it's super cool. I'm so excited, and I'm all on board. And so we would have to vote to accept the money. And then there would be other steps that would be approving the design of the building and where it would go, and those sorts of things that come along with the project and, the academic parts that go along. So it would be an ongoing thing. The first part is the accepting of the grant, and then we would still have to have roles as far as the different pieces, all the really cool stuff you talked about. So that's kind of sort of the timeline, I guess, or whatever. Does anybody have any questions about it?
And I can just say that I was hoping to have a lot more of this hammered out, but with contractors being completely overwhelmed right now, it's been really hard to get a realistic bid. And so we have a guy who's committed to building the greenhouse, and now we're looking at someone to do the concrete pad. And so we did have a professional come in and look at sites as well, but Jeff Garrett said he would chat with some of the other parties that would be involved in our front runner spot. So we don't have a site locked down, but the man who came in was very excited about some of the other spots. So we can be more specific as we go, but.
Just let me add that when they were looking for sites, it specifically needs to face in a certain direction. So it's about sunshine. So some of what we need is, it's told to us by professionals about where it would work best. So obviously we'll present you with the options, but it really is about trying to be as efficient and well-placed as possible to take what we can from the sun.
That makes sense. I feel like we're rushing tonight because we have this really abbreviated meeting, but we hope that you'll keep coming back to tell us all the cool stuff about this.
Oh man, you'll have to kick me out.
Have any questions or anything about that? Yes.
Just really quick thank you for organizing this, and everybody at Westbrook High School as the details come out. I can't wait to hear more and more. That will mean that we'll have gardening programs at all three of our levels. We have a long-standing garden at Sakarapa School. There's one that's being established here at Westbrook Middle School by our Falcon Academy program, and now we'll have this program at Westbrook High School. it's a terrific opportunity for kids, all of our kids, to create and to give back, but also to learn about being good stewards. So it's terrific. Thank you for bringing it forward.
Thank you.
And so then we'll bring it tonight to the school committee to formally accept that. So,
You may not be able to accept it yet because there isn't a dollar
we haven't
amount.
actually,
So-
we can't accept it until they actually offer it to us.
They have offered it to us. As
Oh.
long as word does not get out, we have won this
Oh,
grant.
okay.
It's
So we
ours.
can, like, preliminarily accept it, or however we should do that.
Conceptually, yes.
Conceptually agree.
So the dollar amount is in your packet.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we can accept that grant this evening and then just
I
say,
assume we should not be saying the
we
amount.
probably shouldn't say the amount. And we'll just say we accept
As is included in the.
as included in the packet.
Yep.
And once it's officially official and can be shared, we'll have you come back and share the whole deal.
Yep, and I'm happy to forward you guys the email of like them officially offering
Okay.
it to us. It just comes with that confidentiality clause that until they officially announce, we have to be really
I see.
careful. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would probably recommend not sending it through an email.
I
At this-
can't
I
say-
would not recommend sending it through an email at this time until it's official.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
send it-
happy to like print one out for you guys, whatever is best. I mean, they emailed it to me, so it's already in my email, but
Right,
Once-
but if someone wants
Yeah.
to see emails going out between us, it's in that,
gotcha. Yep.
so.
Whatever's
trust you.
easiest for you, I'm happy to provide that.
Okay. That's really helpful, and thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Of course.
All right, is there anything else to discuss at Finance Committee? Noreen, Peter, Brian, anyone? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wendy? No. No. Okay, all right, I'm gonna close this Finance Committee meeting. And we are going to take a little break. We're having a workshop here in a few minutes. And then at 7, we're gonna have our school committee meeting.